G'day, beard brethren, Sheilas, fuckheads, and just all-round legends. Welcome to Two Beards, a podcast, and Wrexham AFC, the podcast all about Wrexham, brought to you from Australians. That's right, Australians.
Right.
Us Aussies.
Fucking Australia.
We love to talk about Welsh football clubs. I'm your
That's
host, Rousey. That lucky motherfucker over there, good looking stallion. You could see your reflection in his head. That is Adrian, my host. Adrian, mate. Glad to have you with me for another week. How are you?
Mate, mate, I'm good. It feels like an eternity since the last episode, but I think it's just like, I don't know, a lot's happened and I'm just glad to be back. And I think we're back into full swing, and let's just say there's no shortage of drama when it comes to Wrexham AFC. So I'm very excited to talk about the games that we've experienced.
Oh yeah, yep. So guys, stay tuned for that because we are going to review the games. We last recorded, just before the Sutton game.
Yeah, fuck.
So we've had Sutton, we've had MK Dons, which we were going to talk about next. And we also had Notts County on the weekend. So it's going to be a lot to pack into this episode. So guys, hang around. If you like this, please subscribe and share the shit out of this episode. We would appreciate it because we're constantly growing and we love you guys for it. It's amazing.
Just like Rousey's, you know what? You know, we're growers, not showers, aren't we?
Just like my belly.
No, no, that's not what I was going for. I was trying to give you a compliment, mate. But yeah, all right, let's just.
I'm not a tripod, mate. I can't just hold myself up with it, all right?
Honestly, I thought that's what you were using for the mic.
just prop it up. All right. Guys, we have a fuckhead program. Just to get some housekeeping out of the way, it costs you $5 a month, gets you shout outs on the podcast every week, gets you 10% off our merch store, giveaways in the Discord, and access to our fans only Discord, where you get access to this ugly mug and that good looking motherfucker over there.
Oh, look, he's just selling. Well, I've got a face for radio, mate. Come on.
That's right. And yeah, gets you all that for just $5 a month. That's less than the price of a beer. So if you want to subscribe to that program, links will be in the description down below. But as we do every week, we got shout outs, and Adrian is getting that shit nailed. So Adrian,
I'm going to go in a different order. I'm going in different order this week. I'm starting just weird and wonderful. I'm starting with Will. Will, thanks, mate. We got John. We've got Sarah. We've got Jake. We've got Ryan. We've got. He's fucking me up. It's just like we've got Reese. We've also got, and I feel like I'm Chris. And then we've also got this Chris. And then we've got this Adrian. And let's be real, you know, I've been lacking, and we'll give a bit of honesty here, guys. I had been without a job for the last couple of months. This motherfucker's been absolutely shouldering it in the Discord with the content. I'm back finally, and I can actually reply and be actually present, to the point where one of the fuckheads actually messaged me being like, he's alive. And honestly, that's what it feels like, guys. We're back. I'm back. Let's fucking go.
We're back, and we're going to finish the season strong, just like our boys will. So, you know what? Let's go on. Let's finish this segment. Let's open up the MK Dons discussion. Oof. Let's go. Woo! Righto, MK Dons. Plastic fantastic. Fucking fake club. They are, I don't know, whatever you want to call them.
I fucking hate them.
Well, now, okay, that was an interesting game.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
our away form, and we've had I know there's been a bit of discourse around X and social media, all that sort of stuff around our away form. But pleasantly, we went to MK Dons and we fucking stuck it to them, even though we come off with a draw.
Yep.
We stuck it to them, and we did a commanding performance, which we should have won.
It's if you talk about Arthur Okonkwo
Oh,
and the
we'll
and the
get there. We'll
ball and
get there. Just, just tuck your dick between your legs for a little bit longer.
just like every week.
We will talk about that. But we ended up drawing. Um, and in my opinion, I think we probably could have scored a hell of a lot more. Um, it was obviously this was one of our games in hand. This gave us a perfect opportunity to go top, but alas, it was not to be. We ended up drawing, and we are now 3 points from the top with still a game. I think we've still got a game in hand.
I think so.
Yeah, so
Compared
yeah,
to
we got the
Stockport,
Forest
yeah.
Green game still to play.
Yeah, because of that frozen pitch issue. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're in a very good position. We bounced back from 4 losses on the trot.
We did,
All is
didn't we?
right with the world. I'm feeling okay. I don't have to go to a psychologist. I don't have to talk about my issues. I don't have to cry. Don't have to rub one out. I'm just me, happy old me, as usual. Um, and we get to enjoy our boys actually putting on a performance and lifting the spirits of the supporters and of Wrexham Town. So good on them for bouncing back. I mean, mate, you got to admit that was a pretty decent bounce back.
Oh, mate, away form. Honestly, I'm telling you, you wear the black shirt, no problem. No fucking problem. You wear the white shirt, just absolute shambles. But no, look, that's a superstitious thing. And I genuinely think that they came out with a better attitude. Um, look, MK Dons, we played them obviously first game of the year, and it was that 5-3 weird and wonderful one. Why wouldn't this game also be weird and wonderful with a bunch of different stuff we're going to talk about that happened? But for me, mate, you're right. It was a good game, and I like to think it was a point gained rather than 2 points lost. It took for me to get to that second half to realize that because we were playing well, but they were also playing well too, and the momentum was shifting back and forth quite a bit. But I like to think that we were, if we go by Notts County fans, you know, uh, way of winning, which is, oh well, we had better possession, or we had better, ball movement, or we passed better. Well, actually, I felt like we did. So, that's a win in my book. So we'll take the 1 point and the moral high ground.
Yeah, and you know what? In all honesty, when we've got all these naysayers and all, or I wouldn't say they're naysayers, but people that are concerned about our away form, I think for us to go away to MK Don Stadium, which is a really hard ground to play at, for us to go away there and put in a performance against them, who are currently a top 6 side, who beat us at the racecourse at the start of the season, to put in a performance like that shows that the boys' mentality and attitude has actually turned around. Um, with regards to playing away, and it was a really, really, I think, entertaining, sort of pleasant, fun game to watch. I think that's probably it was pleasant.
Pleasant is the
Um,
way to word it.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of possession, there's a lot of backwards and forwards, a lot of passing, um, and it was just a nice to watch. It wasn't like it was stressful. It wasn't like it was had a really
Yeah,
weird feel about this game. It was odd. But for us to come away with a draw, um, a little bit
I
lucky,
bet.
but at the same time, it was interesting. I
Yeah, a
mean,
draw. A draw
I mean,
was
because I
was
feel
probably accurate, mate.
I feel we
Probably an
could have
accurate
done
result.
more. We could have done more. We had plenty of opportunities. Jack Marriott seriously impressed me with his speed and ability to break the lines. Um, getting that sort of hoof ball going. Um, but
We
he's
usually
actually
hate that
able.
hoofball, but he does it
Me
well.
too. But he's able to break those lines, and it showed. And Bolton being quick as well. I think it was an interesting team. Very different. A lot of changes. I think obviously Parky's rotating him through this um February of Saturday, Tuesday games.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. That was probably the most star-studded bench we've had or the League Two's ever had. Like the fucking bench. You had Howard as the backup keeper, an experienced goalkeeper. You had Ollie Palmer. Did we have Paul Mullen on the bench?
Yep.
We had
Elliot Lee on
fucking
the bench.
Elliot Lee. We had fucking, I'm trying to remember exactly who, because I don't want to butcher it. But honestly, it was a star-studded bench, and it was really like, it was showing that, hey, we believe we can do this whilst resting these guys. And look, we didn't get the result in terms of the 3 points, but in terms of away performances, again, if I would have, I think someone tweeted, I might have been Beardy. So Beardy, if you're listening, mate, sorry if I've ripped you off here, but he said, if you had told me before the match that we would get a draw away to MK Dons after our away form, I would have chewed your arm off. And I'm like, you know what? He's got a point. And I think that's something that we need to, something I've mentioned it last week, but I've gotten a bit more of perspective on, okay, it's not all doom and gloom. Yes, away form needs to be looked at. But if we're making improvements like that away at MK Dons, which, like you said, is a hard ground to play at, you know, especially when there's only, you know, half it filled as well. It must be pretty off-putting because they're not used to that. Wrexham, you know, usually draw the crowd, but not at MK Dons Plastic FC. So, but anyways, I think it was a good game. But I'd like to ask you, actually, I'm going to ask you a two-parted question, and you can answer as much or as little of both questions as you want. But I've got two for you. Dolby's performance, and second one on that is Will Boyle's performance. Now,
Good.
I just want your summary on those two, because those two have been Mr. Inconsistence. Both of them have been pretty inconsistent all year. Maybe Dolby more than Boyle, but I digress. I'd love to get your opinion on it, because they're two people who had different games.
You brought this up because I was literally thinking in my brain, just going, you know what? We should probably talk about Will Boyle next, and probably talk about, you know, Fletcher missing and all that sort of stuff. So let's go with that, and I'll answer those two questions with what I think. So Will Boyle, we talk about his inconsistency, right? But the last couple of games since he came back from his red card, he's shown a completely different side of him. He has been a fucking rock in that defense. And, you know, albeit maybe one or two little errors here and there, but the way he defended the box was outstanding. Outstanding, and showed why Parky had faith in him to bring him in the first place. We got options down the back. We got plenty of options, more than you can shake a stick at, you know. So fucking, he's doing all right. And for Boyle to come in and hold his spot in the team over the last couple of games was great. Now, the red card. I don't know what the fuck was going on with this ref in this game. He was like seriously inconsistent with his calls. How you do not give a red card for stamping on Andy Cannon, I do not know. But in all honesty, Will Boyle, well done, mate. Fucking well done. You jumped on a grenade for us. You literally did what you had to. You stopped a run. Yes, you were going to get carded. I think you knew you were going to get carded.
Agreed.
But you did. It is so often that you will see that happen in a game just to stop a run.
Yeah.
And that was a deadly run. That could have possibly come off as a goal. And
I completely agree with you. Just to mildly interrupt, I completely agree with you. It was a deal, like it was a deal breaker. It saved us from possibly losing that one. And like, yeah, hindsight's a beautiful thing. Oh, but if he didn't do this and he didn't do that. No, at the end of the day, you make a split-second decision. In the past, he hasn't really made good decisions. So for him to make a pretty good one like that and fly on his grenade, it could be easy for us to say, oh, fucking Will Boyle again. But seeing the footage back
not
again.
In this case,
not in this case.
I think he took one literally took one for the team.
Literally.
Bent over, opened it up and just said, hey, boys. Like, because you watch the footage of it, right? I've watched the footage back of that red card. For one, that player, pretty much, it looked like he dove. But you see them running, and you actually see Will Boyle quickly glance, and he sees the box coming out real quick. Now, if he plays that in the box, that's a penalty every day of the week, right? But he just did it just enough right before the box. Boom. Red, look, another yellow card, red carded, out for 1 or 2 games. I think it's 2 because it accumulates because he's already had a red.
Correct. If you've already had a red throughout the season, it adds an extra.
Yeah. So now he's off for 2 games, which essentially is only 1 week. So not much of a loss. And those games are against Forest Green and Gillingham. So we should be all right.
We should. Yeah, I think we can manage without. And to be honest, that's where I see something. And I want to get your Dolby summary in a moment, but we are talking about Will Boyle, and I do want to make a direct comment on that. Do you think Tozer comes in for Boyle?
Possibly.
Or do you think that he goes for one of the like Max Clareworth or someone else of that ilk?
Yeah, I mean, because you've got well, you can't really go McAlinden now, can you? Because he's no longer in the team. Shout out to McAlinden, signing for Scunthorpe. But anyway, who have you got back there? So we got Cleworth. You got Tozer. I mean, he's obviously left Tozer out of the team a few times now, which I can.
Tunnicliffe's injured, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Fucked if I know. This is the problem. This is something the Americans actually brought up, that in Australia and in America with the sports, like the teams are actually, as part of their like contract, they have to kind of divulge. And I'm sure it's common knowledge in Wales, but it's not a bit harder for us to get here. But it's like it's on the news, and it's like he's out for this long, 6 weeks, and they like put it up in like a graphic. Like every week, it's a graphic.
You go on Docker TV every single week. They have a section where they release where they just talk about the injured players and how they're going and how they're expecting their return. Every week they'll put it up. You know, just a quick. Yep, this is physio doctor dude, whatever. And they'll talk about who's injured and how long they've got and how they're progressing. Do the fucking same thing. It'll be perfect.
But it's the sport. It's the sport over in Europe. Like none of the top leagues do it in terms of like, I'm talking, in Spain, Italy, England. Now, I'm not saying that they don't do it at all. They definitely do it. Don't get me wrong. But it's just not as consistent. Like I'm pretty sure, like you said, it's weekly. There's an official who does it. At least every couple of days on the fucking socials, you could actually, there's a live up to date one. If you go to like Geelong's website or the Dockers website for the AFL, you go in there, you can see, fucking Paddy Dangerfield's out for 6 weeks because he's done a hammy. And then it keeps going down each week that it has. And if he gets a setback, it'll have like a setback due to this twinge, an extra week, whatever it is. And I'm not saying like they don't do that to an extent, but I just wish it was a bit more customer facing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do. I find it extremely frustrating not knowing how our injured players are going. Whether Hayden will make a return.
That's another one. That's another one. Like if he's fit, probably he walks in, right?
I didn't even know he was injured again, but apparently.
I don't think he is, man. Like I don't even know. I think they're just like, you just rest yourself because if you don't, you're going to break.
They're obviously resting George Evans as well. So they've got so many options to put down the back. It's all right. But Will Boyle, legend of the week, in my opinion, that you jumped on a grenade for us. You literally jumped on a grenade.
If 2 weeks ago you told me your legend of the week was going to be Will Boyle, I would have told you that you are fucking dreaming. That is absolutely classic. And you know what? We love a redemption story.
That's all right. Wait till you hear my numpty of the week.
It's still Will Boyle.
No, actually, no.
But is it the man that I in the other side of the coin? I want to know.
I think you know who it is.
Yeah. Do it. I can do it.
All right. Well, if I'm giving numpty of the week, I'm going to, and it's around this game. It's Ryan from Me, the Wife, and Wrexham AFC.
Oh no, mate! I thought you were going to go with fucking Dolby. That's why I was like, he's going to use numpty at the same time.
This motherfucker in our fuckheads chat, right? I'm literally, we're talking about the game, and he comes out and he says, Oh, I feel like what is it? What did he say? What did he
He's going to get a quote. All right, guys, this is why you can't be friends with Rousey, because if you are, he's going to pull up receipts. Fucking receipts.
yes. Yes. So Ryan from me, the wife, and
This is
Rex.
not a good advertisement for the fuckheads, by the way. Oh yeah, as well. If you question or you fucking moz us, then he's gonna come after you.
He says in fuckhead chat, he goes, MK Dons look shit. Need to put them to bed right now. Can't let them get back into this. 30 seconds later, no
Literally 30
joke.
seconds.
It
Not
wasn't even
It's like,
30 seconds.
like
It was
10 seconds, bro.
fucking,
Literally
it
as
was
it walked in.
oh, they scored, and I was just like, dude, why did you say that? Why did you say that?
Fucking
So,
hell.
Ryan, I fucking
Fuck.
love you, mate. You
I
are
didn't veto this. I didn't suggest this one.
no, this is Rousey's numpty of the week. So sorry, mate, Ryan, me, the wife, and Wrexham AFC. I love you guys with all my heart, but mate, you fucked up. You jinxed us. Numpty of the week goes to you.
So send your heavily worded letters to me, the wife, and Wrexham, or at X or YouTube. No, joking. Please don't. Please don't. We fucking love them.
Oh
But
yes, we do.
also,
We do love him, but we got to give it. Hey,
you
if
got to
I
give
did
it.
something, I would give myself numpty of the week. But hey.
Wow. Wow. We could have given it for you when you were disputing in the chat for receipts. He's like, one of our fans was like, oh, how many games is Boyle out for? He's like, one. Aaron, one of our fuckheads comes back and goes, actually, no, I think it's two because of this rule. Rousey goes, Aaron, it's one. and then someone and then I'm like, look, I'm not sure. Let's get the tiebreaker, Ryan, involved. And then we brought it up and he goes, yes, that's correct. He will get an extra game because of the previous red. But that's my numpty of the week is just that interaction itself, because I couldn't even put the sword to you, mate. I couldn't even be like, you're wrong, because I had no fucking idea.
Yeah,
so I'm giving it to both of us, mate, because we should have known that one.
I still think it might be a one match ban, but
Oh, don't say that. You'll get ripped apart in the comments, mate.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But hey, so your comment. So we got around the fun of numpty of the week.
I need to know now. I want your opinion, because I thought Dolby was going to be numpty of the week. Not because I think he is. I just thought you'd
about Dolby.
heavily opinion. Yeah, do it. I'm just going to adjust my camera.
So numpty Dolby.
Wow.
Fucking Dolby, right?
Subconsciously.
Yeah. I think with Dolby, look, I don't rate the guy. He needs to improve. He hasn't obviously scored in a while. He makes a fair few mistakes, and whenever he's on the field, to me, he always looks the worst on the team. I don't know what Parky's idea with Dolby is, why he didn't use Fletcher over Dolby, because if that was my team, I would
resting.
I'll be using Fletcher over Dolby every day of the week.
Agreed. If he was fit, though, if he was 10 years younger, I would have said yes.
Not only that, right?
Talk about Fletcher being 10 years younger,
Palmer
not Dolby.
and Mullen
he'd be 6
on the bench, and what does he go and do? He pulls off Marriott, who was one of our most threatening players, and replaces him with Mullen instead of taking Dolby off and running Dolby and running Mullen and Marriott for a little bit. Really strange. I don't get it. Look, I think Dolby puts in a good shift. He does have a few good things to offer, but it just doesn't seem to be gelling with the team at the moment. And I think that what goes to show over the last couple of games, he lost the spot to Fletcher, but I don't know. He hasn't got that edge. I think that's what it is. That's what I'm not seeing, is that extra little bit.
Especially every other of our strikers have that X factor that you're talking about. Like every one of them, Palmer, Mullen, Marriott.
Yeah, Scottish Jesus,
Scottish Viking Jesus.
Scottish Viking Jesus. They've all got that extra little something. And whenever they're playing, you see the effect they have on the defenders around them. You see it, and it happens, and they're pulling off these great things. And you likes like George Evans, even look, Luke Young, welcome back to the team. Good luck getting out of the team after that performance. Fuck me dead.
So
That was
I'm going to do
impressive.
my numpty of the week
Oh,
for the
go
people
on.
who I
We've
don't do a
never had a
numpty.
numpty of the
I've
week.
never had a numpty, but I've it's been itching at me, and I've waited till this moment. And it's not you, mate. It is the general public that is on Luke Young's back every fucking week, right? This guy had not only has he put his heart and soul into this club, so he deserves every bit of respect. Now, I'm not saying he gets a free pass, he gets to play forever. We've seen with Tozer, he's got this put in the same contribution, and yes, he's been poor, but Luke Young hasn't been given the opportunity that Tozer's been given because the opportunity hasn't been there because we have better players. The fortunate thing for Tozer for most of this season was that we haven't had fit enough players. O'Connell was out for most of it. Hayden's been out for most of it. We've had problems and injuries that have allowed Tozer to play. So when we put Luke Young as, we just write him off like he's shit. Now, I said if he left because he wanted more game time, I wouldn't put it past him. That's not because I think he doesn't deserve to be in this team. It's just at the moment we have better players. But watch that fucking game back. Every single fucking person on X.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. That fucking corner, McLean doesn't do that without him. Literally, it is literally Young. Look, I love Luke Young and the Wrexham fans. You love that comment. But he is integral for this club. Maybe not for the starting 11, but at least the bench for that extra bit of, we need to pull something out here. We need to do something spectacular. We need to put in the hard yards and the grind. You talk about Dolby not having that X factor. If Luke Young doesn't have anything, he's still got that X factor. He could be shit all game.
It was
and
amazing.
Do that.
I was so happy to I was worried about how he would get back in. I never actually thought he was a bad player.
No, agreed.
But I thought he was just unlucky because there were better players in those positions that he was in, like yourself. But what he did against MK Don, he was everywhere. Oh my gosh. And it was great to see that he was laying some great tackles, great saves, causing lots of problems. Like he looked like a man on a mission. Like he's like, no, I want to get back in this team. I want to keep my spot. And to do that against the top five side is amazing. Like just
Away from home too. Like the guy fears nothing. Like even when I'm thinking specifically like maybe it was the Bradford game. Can't remember. It was one of the away games I think we drew. Might have been against Wimbledon, but Luke Young played in it. Memory shit, but played one of those games and he was one of our best on, and it was purely because everyone was mediocre, but he still has that X factor. Even when we're not doing well, he'll bring that out. Now, that's not to say he's technically better than someone like a George Evans or anyone of that ilk. He's not. And unfortunately, that's just gone by him, and it's just the facts. Wrexham are now a better team and are growing out of Luke Young. But that doesn't mean in League Two that this guy can't do exactly what Will Boyle's trying to do, which is I've got an opportunity here. I've got to make and capitalize on that. And I hope Tozer comes back this week for this weekend's game, because it's not do or die. Well, I mean, we should win is what I'm saying. But Tozer needs to prove himself. And I hope he puts in the same effort that Luke Young did, because I always have them on the same level as just leadership. And I really hope he pulls that out, because if not, I really doubt we'll see Tozer much at all for the rest of the season.
I mean, yeah, did sort of get to the point where I felt like all he could offer the team was a long throw. But that goes to show with my arguments with regards to Dolby not having that edge that the rest of the team seem to do. Defenders don't seem to be too scared of Dolby, but you bring Mullen and Palmer on together. That's a dynamic duo. That's one you've got to be very, very scared of. And why Parky doesn't use it as often as he does, I don't know. Because both of them were fantastic against MK.
Palmer must have fucked something up with Parky. Maybe the no dickhead policy's gone against him in some way, but I honestly don't know why. I mean, I know why. We've got Marriott now. We've got other people who can fill that spot. But when we've got someone like Dolby starting, fucking give Ollie a run.
What are your thoughts on Marriott, Adrian?
Look, I I'm always skeptical because if I say he's God sent and he's our next big thing, he'll fucking do an ACL next week. So I don't want to say that, but I am going to say I've never seen someone since Palmer. I'm going to say that since Palmer started, that fits into this 11 as well as Marriott does. George Evans took a couple of games to fit in. Will Boyle, maybe, he almost was premature and then lacked. I find with Marriott, he's been consistent. He just slots into this side. He can come off the bench. He can start. I don't know, man. Like, I just think he's got he's a horse. Like, he can run. Like, he can put in the effort that he needs to do. And then you've got people like Fletcher, for example, who unfortunately years have gone by him. Don't get me wrong. The guy's probably one of our best players this year, but you want someone like a Marriott who's got that fitness level that can run it out. And I'm sorry, but Dolby's not performing. So if I'm Parky, I'm putting Marriott starting every week now with whoever he wants to. So if he wants to put Marriott and Dolby, fuck. Marriott and Mullen, or Marriott and Palmer, go for it. Or, Marriott and Fletcher, go for it. But I think Marriott should be in that Dolby position because Dolby's been given a lot of opportunities here and he hasn't capitalized. I want to see Marriott now capitalize on that and basically replace that role.
Yep, I think so. Having a starting lineup of not starting line, but if you have Mullen and Palmer, and then you have Fletcher and Marriott, whatever combo, it will work. That would work. That would absolutely work. So,
apologies to Bolton because I know that he doesn't play specifically around that area, but it is one of those things where I found Marriott to be just a better gel than Bolton has been yet. And watch me be wrong again on the weekend. Bolton will probably have a fucking blinder.
Bolton's a very different style. So he obviously plays in that Barnett position. Now,
correct.
Barnett has been doing it was great to see the opposition
fucking love Barney, man.
themselves, especially against Notts County and his duel with Cameron. That was something to watch. But then again last night, whenever Parky decided to put him down that left-hand side, he's got that cross in him, and it's just so good to watch. But Bolton, on the other hand, he's quick. He's quicker than any of those guys, and he's more direct. He can get those runs started. He can get those runs initiated. His role in the team is going to be a hell of a lot different to Barnett. Barnett is get the ball down the side, play across into the
big boys.
Yeah.
Barnett, get it to Fletcher, get it to McLean if it's in a fucking spot. Yeah.
Yeah. Bolton's just fucking wind him up and let him go. Let him go, and he'll break those lines because that's what he does. He's a threat when he does that. He's quick and agile, maybe not as technical, but very direct. And that's what his role is. He's got a completely different role to what Barnett is. And I think it depends on who he's going to come up against
and that's why I think he hasn't gelled as well. And that's why I mentioned him as that group, because obviously he plays in a completely different position. I definitely am not trying to say, oh, well, bad luck, the strikers' force is here, so therefore Barnett starts every week. But it does seem like a better fit to have Barnett crossing into a Marriott than it is possibly going from a Bolt, just purely off a workhorse perspective. Because if Barnett whips it in, you want someone like, if it's up in the air, you want a Fletcher. If it's off the ground, you probably want a Marriott. Or a Mullen, obviously, in peak form. But I feel like Mullen's been a bit off. Palmer's been okay. I thought he's been pretty good lately, but he just hasn't had the reason to start. Maybe it's injury, who knows? But look, man, I'm excited for things to come. And dude, I can't actually wait to talk about the next game.
Even as a striker, you don't have to score. You just got to do your job and do it effectively. And that's what Palmer does. And he comes on, and whenever Palmer comes on, he causes problems for the defense.
He draws a defender off of whoever the other bloke is. Like, if we've got Mullen on next to him, he pulls a defender off him because people are like, fuck, that big fucker's over there. Like, someone get on him. Like, they'll man him up, and they'll literally, I don't know. I'm not a coach.
That's the same for Scottish Viking Jesus, and that is also going to be the same for Marriott. So, you know what? those four guys, I think they need to have their priority place in the team over Dolby. Dolby needs
Agreed.
a little bit more experience because he's just not got that edge that those other four do, in my opinion. But hey,
Agreed.
you know what? Opinions like assholes, everyone's got them. Um,
Dolby will come out next week, kick six. Like, that's how it is. It's the
yeah.
commentator's curse, I call it. Well, everyone calls it that. But look,
But
man, I'm keen to
now
talk about this Knots game, mate.
let's just discuss something.
Oof.
All right, it was 1-1.
Yeah.
We got lucky.
Very fucking, but it's so funny. You see such a 50-50 divide, and you'll see it in the comment section on this. Adrian and Rousey, the ball has to go 100% over the line. And if you watch that back and it blah, 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 it didn't go over the line. I don't know about you, man.
You
and there's no VAR.
Yeah, aren't you glad we don't have VAR? Because
if we did, we'd be fucked.
I have a very, well, for one, if we had VAR, that
we lose.
Cannon incident would have been a red card any day of the week. How that wasn't even a card, I do not know.
And any play on Palmer as well, just the shirt tugging on Palmer every week. I know we mention it, but fuck me, someone just pull it up and give the guys a yellow at least. Anyway, sorry, I've been holding on to that.
Gotta pull the shirt up and just rip it off all the way. Show us those pecs. It just
sure. Let's do that.
The camera just pans around and there's a defender just standing there motorboating Palmer.
Yep, pretty much. That's how I imagine it now. That's how everyone is watching or listening is imagining it. Someone motorboating Palmer's big pecs. And he's dancing them like Terry Crews. You know Terry Crews? He makes them dance. Yeah. I guarantee Palmer can do that. It's probably why he's on the bench. Parky's like, stop doing it in the fucking locker room. And he's like, no, make me.
But that said, Okonkwo did an amazing job. But personal opinion there, and I'm extremely biased towards Wrexham because I love him, but I think that was a goal.
And he should have fucking done better.
But then again, we should have scored a lot of our chances. That could have been 4-1, 4-2 easily any day of the week. But I'm sorry. I feel dirty. I feel fucking dirty saying it, but
I'm with you, bro.
That was a goal. It was
a goal.
We got fucking lucky, I tell you.
Did you hear MK Don's coach after the game?
Oh, he was pissed, and he's got every right to be.
But he's called out. He goes, they played Mansfield. Mansfield deserved a goal. They played Notts. Notts deserved a goal. I guess I don't know if it's just because they subconsciously know it's Wrexham, but there's something going on there or something along those lines. Paraphrasing.
Yeah, always a bit.
And I'm like, what? Get over yourself, man. Calm the fuck down. You lost. You could complain about your incidents, but the fact that you're bringing up other games, one, no one's even. I mean, the only people still bringing up the other games are Notts County fans. Mansfield fans have actually been pretty good. They've just been like, yeah, nah, fuck it. If we're gonna win, we just win it on our own accord. Fuck it. Whereas Notts are like, we're 10th, but we play the best football.
Oh shit, yeah. No, I do think we got lucky. But hey, these things happen. So there have been plenty of times this season where we've been unlucky and we've had calls go against us that shouldn't have gone against us, or these things happen. It's football. We don't have VAR. Should there be VAR? Is there a call for VAR in the lower leagues, do you reckon? Or is it
ruins the game, man.
Is it just
honestly? It sucks.
Look, let's be honest. Lower leagues, it's great that we're in the football league, but the lower leagues do not get as much airtime as your championship games or your Premier League games.
Of course.
So obviously, there's a call for VAR in those. I get that.
Dude,
but
I don't know if about you, mate. Sorry, I interrupted, but A-League, man, in the A-League here in Australia, we have it. And it is the most piss poor thing I've ever seen in my life. And it's the same technology, right? It's not like we're using different cameras or some shit. They are literally invested millions of dollars to be, I think we were one of the first countries to bring in VAR. We were one of the testers. We were the dummies. And somehow the Premier League and the Championship were like, let's use that. And in this country, we fuck it up. Like, honestly, it is, there will be a goal. And I know there's a rule, like if a goal happens, if it's been kicked off after now, they can't call it back anymore. It's done. The decision's been made. But the amount of times a goal's gone in the net and you want to celebrate, but you're too busy watching the ref to see if he's going to pull out the fucking Sony Bravia action, bring out the TV, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to go to the fucking VAR." Like, no, man. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that. And I hope it's gone by the time we eventually, one day get to the Championship Premier League level.
Technology gets refined a little bit.
Sucks.
Because there's been some very, very odd, strange calls of VAR. But that said, obviously not much point putting it in the lower leagues because there isn't that massive weight on games like there is in the Premier League and the Championship.
Yeah, agreed.
The reason why that weight is there is because all eyes are on those two leagues. So I get it. Is there a call for it? I think there might be a space for it if it was refined a bit, but I just, at the end of the day,
blockout laws as well.
Yeah, at the end of the day, a
blackout
goal is a goal, and the linesman thought that the ball didn't completely go over the line. It was very hard to see realistically from that angle.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 call, to be real. Like, we're being quite harsh. Yes, there are people who've gotten the fucking magnifying glass and they're like, look, that pixel went over, was still on the line. And it's like, bro, literally, let's just chill out. Like, it's, let's make a gut call. If that was against us, I'd be pissed. That's how I usually make it valid. If I saw that against us, would I be mad? Yes. And you can't say you wouldn't be,
Yeah, and I'm of that same cloth, and on this one, MK Dons, you kind of got stiffed, but you fucking deserved it. Anyway,
Oof. I hate Plastic FC so much.
Yeah, all right. So moving on from that, our form has picked up. Our little stumble is over. Notts County.
Praise be Viking Jesus.
Oh, praise be to Viking Jesus, Scottish Viking Jesus.
Scottish Viking
That
Jesus.
goal against Notts County was all that was needed. We let Notts County play the way they want to play, pass it around, have a bit of fun, a bit of hot potato, and then fucking we just.
What was the possession again? Oh, I want to find
it's like 26% to 74%.
And they always go but we play the game. I don't know if you guys follow.
We let them
Tom
play
Williams.
their game. We let them play, and we stopped them going beyond a certain point. Which, funnily enough, that's exactly what happened to MK Dons.
Yeah,
we just let them play, and it's like, oh, hang on, you're getting too far forward. Then our mids come in and start stealing the ball. Yeah, what was it?
74% to Notts, 26 to Wrexham.
Told ya.
Oh shit! But their expected goals, honestly, dude, it makes me laugh even harder. Their expected goals was still far less than us. It was 0.87. Ours was 1.39. Now that doesn't seem like a lot, but we had 17 shots on goal. They had 11. So you're saying in the 26% of the possession, majority of the time we were making a play and a shot at goal. For them, they were making maybe 20% of the time they got the ball, they were moving it forward and having a shot. Now, that's a rough estimate. I'm not great at maths, but Tom Williams, if you're out there and you are somehow getting this footage and you want to put it to your millions of whatever fans that listen to you talk about how I love this graph. And he puts this graph up every couple of weeks of it's the Football League. And it's got who plays what is it, tiki-taka, like a momentum football, slowed, controlled football, and it's got Notts and then everyone else in the AFL's in this thing. And it's a legitimate graph. It's not like a made up or anything. But how's that panning out? How's that going for you right now? Because I was giving Knots the benefit of the doubt. I was like, these guys are our brothers in arms. We're going up together. We're gonna, go together. But then when they lose, oh, do they take it hard? And especially with a handball that they think was not there, they need to just chill the fuck out, man.
Okay,
Like
I like
I'm
Mark
getting involved now.
Griffiths. I like his adaptation on that rule.
Do it.
Because the rule's broken. The rule sucks.
Yeah, the rule does
Right?
suck.
But the rule is if the handball leads to a goal, the goal should be disallowed. A handball
Yep.
led to the goal, it'll be disallowed. But then again, if you're playing that down the other end of the field and you stop a goal with an accidental handball, it's not called. But if it is a clear handball, you're off. Right.
Yep.
So that said, it was it's the rule that was broken. The ref made the right call, the rule, but it's
Agreed.
the rule that is broken.
Yep.
And it's probably the rule that needs to be changed. However, it was still a victory to us. We go marching on. We had some fun, and it was just a good game to watch. Them just you could see the boys were letting them play a certain way.
Yeah. Let them play their game. Let them run themselves ragged.
Yeah, run themselves ragged. And that's what I said. I'm like, I said it before when I saw the lineup and I was saying in Fuckheads chat, I'm like, I know what's going to happen here. They're going to run them to the ground and then they're going to bring on our subs. Who were our subs in that game? It was
Ollie?
Marriott and Palmer. And they're going to bring them on and then they're going to just destroy their back. And that's exactly what fucking happened. And you know what? Then the Notts County coach, Gaffer, fucking saw that, made a maximum amount of subs he possibly could to freshen up his team because he saw that happening. And I'm like, that's exactly what I fucking said. Like, they're going to run him down, they're going to make him tired, and then they're going to bring on a quality and then bury him that way. Thankfully, realistically, it didn't quite pan out that way, but we got the winning goal from good old Fletcher.
26% possession, bro. That
Dude's
like honestly, like
already, isn't he?
Yeah, man. Like the dude's a freak. But like honestly, like to touch on like that game. Look, I'm trying to rile people up, but like Knights fans, I've always been on the side that I really think that I would have loved. And I would love for them to go up with us, whether they win in playoffs or whether they somehow go up. And so for us as well, obviously, I'm not saying it's a guarantee either, but I wanted us to go up. But man, like they're still bringing up last year's game as well. Like, Mullen pulled down fucking whoever. It's like, what about the 17 offsides that got called against us that weren't offsides that Palmer got? Like, what about these things? But like, these are all from 12 months ago. They're not even talking about the one where we demolished them at their home ground 2-0 at their own paddock. We were out of form and we were trying to find it. And boy, did we find it. And all of a sudden we did the similar thing. We let them play their game. Yeah, cool. Wasn't a goal fest. Okay, you could say, maybe it could have been a draw, maybe, whatever. But for 26% possession to Wrexham to pull out a 1-0 win, grinding effort against a pretty good side in Notts, honestly, man, I'll take it every day of the week. And we are marching on, like you said. And I think this is the time of year where we now start to see playoff teams, not playoff teams. Like where the gap is starting to widen. I think Harrogate is in 7th by like a point, but then the next one up, the 6 above are I think they're like 3 or 4 points above. So again, my point is we're starting to see that gap that you were talking about at the start of the year that we were going to see after these games, and we just wanted to see which side of the coin we'd be on. If you told me at the start of the year, maybe 3, 4, 5 games in, maybe even after Stockport loss, that we would be in the upper echelon and Notts would not be, considering they were top for the first 6 weeks, I honestly would have told you that's bullshit and you need to get off the fucking acid. But honestly, you called it, and it is a time for level heads, and that's what Wrexham's doing. Can't question it. We're going to be something to reckon with. And again, I say it every fucking week, but this weekend, let's just put these guys to the sword. Let's fucking show
Oh,
them.
let's do that.
Whew.
Let's do that. Let's talk about that game, shall we? We
Yeah.
got Gillingham on the weekend, Gillingham and then Forest Green. And by the time this our next podcast comes out after this will be after the Forest Green game. So,
Wow.
fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's
All
talk
right.
about Gillingham and Forest Green after this. Woo!
Woo.
Okay, so we've got a game this weekend. We have two away games, Saturday, Tuesday, and so obviously with the Tuesday will be our next game in hand. So this is going to be a eye opener where we actually finish and how we finish, and um, I think it will set us up for the good run into April. But so we got Gillingham on the weekend. We go away to Gillingham and we play them. We've played them already this season. They are their home form is they seem to be pulling out a shitload of draws at home. Um, Not the type of draws they want to be pulling out, but hey, um, we've got we have a really, really good opportunity here to prove that we're getting our away form back into line with what our home form should be. Um, Gillingham possible banana peel, but I actually the way that we're looking at their performances, right? We're looking at the fact that they drew against every side for the last what 2 months, 3 months, 2 months, yeah.
6 weeks, 8 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not pulling out wins at home. Are they going to pull out a win against Wrexham, Adrian? What do you think?
Hard one. I agree. It's a banana peel game. They're eighth on the table, though. You know what I mean? Like we were pulling draws and I was calling for fucking changes. Oh, God, why do we keep drawing? Blah, blah, blah. But it's got us to where we are. And I think Gillingham's in a similar position, but they're just a couple weeks behind us because they were firing at the start of the year. They were firing all cylinders and then just dropped off the face of the earth. And now they're starting to come back again, similar to MK Dons as well.
Why?
So
Just want to just sorry to interrupt. Why does it feel that we do better against teams at the top of the ladder
agreed.
versus teams against the bottom of the ladder?
Agreed. Newport's the perfect example. When we
Yeah.
played Newport, we were shit. And we were just, there's nothing better about it. We played Accrington, we were shit. Honestly, like I wouldn't be surprised if we smash Gillingham and then like draw or lose against Forest, who we should be putting to the sword because we did the similar thing, weeks past. So look, it could be either way. I still think you're right. I think this is the time to be like, right, we are who we say we are, which is a top three promotion, automatic promotion side. Fucking prove it. Take these teams who want to try and get into these positions out right now and take out the ones you should be far lower. So I'm calling probably it's going to be a shit show, and I reckon it'll be 2-1 we'll win. I think we'll concede early and we'll get two, probably an Elliot Lee steal again, e.g. a la the Sutton game. It'll be a steal for whatever reason, but I think it'll be 2-1. What about you, Rouse? What are your predictions for Gillingham?
1-0. Come straight out and say it. It'll be a 1-0 win.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
The reason why I'm saying that is because obviously we're still on that cusp of away forms gathering. Not a lot of teams tend to score quite highly against Gillingham.
No.
And only on a very odd occasion has that happened. But yeah, look, it feels very much like the teams at the top of the table were dispatching quite easily. Barrow, 4-0 against Barrow. And they were fourth. They were right below us on the table, and we destroyed them. All these top teams that we're playing, we seem to be doing well against, but the lower teams they seem to be, causing us problems, which is so fucking frustrating. Oh, it does my fucking
I used to
head in.
hate it. and unfortunately, it happens in a lot of other sports as well. So, you'll see it. Like I'm referencing an American sport here. I can't believe it, but like the Chiefs won the Super Bowl recently, and I think they lost to one of the shittest teams in the league, Las Vegas at the time. But like fucking got absolutely shown up to the point where everyone wrote them off, and they were just shit. And it's like you should be beating teams like that, but then they go out and do it when it matters. I think Wrexham are starting to be like that, which is we get comfortable in the top three. I remember the last time before, before a break of, I think it was the FA Cup games before that, and we were like top three games in hand or 2 games in hand. We could probably go top. Fuck yeah. And then we like came back, lost to Newport, lost to whoever, and we were just shit. And it's just one of those things that you go, I think Wrexham like their backs against the wall. I think they're a club that doesn't like to be in a good position, and its previous years have shown that. Fuck, it doesn't take you far back to look and go, remember the loss against Grimsby in the semi-finals? The playoffs? Like,
yep.
That's another example. What about the year before that? What about when we were at top? What about the trophy final against, fucking Bromley or whatever? But like, it's all of these little factors that we put into place. I'm starting to realize, right, they want a big occasion. Well, fuck it. We're getting what are we at now? Almost fucking March.
We got
TikTok.
a very we're coming into squeaky bum time now.
And so TikTok, time to do it.
Time to put it on. So if that was our stumble, if that was our little, fall, those 4 games, I will take that any day of the week. I said this on the last, I'll take that.
Me too.
If that sets us up now for a really good positive run in, we've got another couple more away games there. Most of our games are going to be at home because I know it feels like a lot of our games are away at the moment. But just
got to get through it.
Look at our run in.
Do it, mate.
So we've got obviously 2 away games in quick succession. We've got Gillingham, we've got Forest Green, but then we've got Accrington Stanley at home, which we should easily, you would hope, win. Then we go away again, which is a standard away home. And then we got two home games, right? 2 home games, and then another away to Grimsby, then another home to Mansfield. This is where it starts to get juicy. Then we have 2 more away games, and pretty much the rest of our games are at home.
Finishing off with Stockport.
So that's actually really interesting running. I like our running. Our running is if anything should do us really, really well. We've got, but yeah, I just think with the way Gillingham set up, the way they play, we are looking at I think a 1-0 win to Wrexham on the weekend. Forest Green, the game, other game in hand against the Vegan Stadium. What was our prediction?
Fucking, I don't even remember what we predicted before that one when that got I think I called 2-0, but look, I'm going back on that because again, we're in a different patch of form. I think we're now starting to show what we actually mean business. I think it'll be probably 3-1. I think we'll probably have I don't know. I just think we'll probably concede because it just seems to be the trend. But then we'll step up and actually put it behind. I'm thinking it's a 3-1 game. I think we might see Mullen finally break back into form. I think that's the game where he'll do it because it's like these are the teams he used to fuck around with in the National League.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These are the teams he used to tease.
If you want to be hitting form, you want to be doing it now. You want to be really starting to hit your straps for that final part of the season. So looking at their form, a previous form, they lost against Crawley 2-0. They lost against Barrow they beat Barrow 2-1 at Barrow's home. They lost against Mansfield 4-0. They drew against Colchester. They lost against Accrington Stanley. They drew against Gillingham. They lost against Harrogate. They drew against Salford.
Bastards.
Drew against Wimbledon. So their form's patchy. they obviously 23rd on the ladder, but their form is very patchy. They of their last five, they've won three, drawn one. Oh, sorry, lost three, won one, and drawn one as of their last. So the Forest Green game has a potential to be a bit more of a banana skin than what I think. Um, they tend to do all right against some of those harder sides, although that 4-0 loss to Mansfield, but that was when Mansfield are on an absolute fucking tear. I mean, they are really, they're starting to hit their straps, I reckon.
There.
But I mean, that 9-2, oof, my little tweet on that, it's like Mansfield on drugs.
Honestly, bro, and I'm gonna put you to a question at the end of this little segment here because I've got one big question, and I'd love it to be like the wrap up of it. But I wanna put it to you. Have we talked about our predictions? What is your score prediction against Forest?
So tough. I want to go an easy 2-1, but I'm thinking we could have a few breakouts. Could go either way. Yeah, look, I'm going to
Yep.
stick with 2-1.
All right. The reason I ask this and the reason I want to ask you after we've talked about this is because I want to speak about what you just mentioned, which we've actually got them both at home. So that is the people who are above us. And I'm looking at Mansfield, I'm looking at Stockport. We have Mansfield in shorter space of time, still a while away, probably a month or so, maybe 2 months. And then at the end of the season, in the end of April, we have got Stockport at home as well. Who do you think? Now, forget us, because I know that we're our own worst enemy sometimes, Wrexham. So forget us being the problem. Wrexham at their peak, who's a bigger opponent come end of season? Is it Stockport last game or is it Mansfield earlier on?
Mansfield.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Why?
Stockport are very, they started off, they had an absolute ballistic run, but their stumble is lasting a little bit longer. They've been a little bit more patchier on their results. Yes, look, Stockport have probably spent more than anyone in their league. I reckon there's probably
Yep.
a call for some financial fair play investigation there. But
because everyone asks about us doing it. It's like, guys, if we're looking at us, look at the team who spent double us.
yeah, and yet we've got that worldwide, look, I think Mansfield probably more of a threat to us than
Yeah,
Stockport.
agreed. Agreed. I'm
Don't
actually
think
terrified of them.
Stockport are going to hang on to that too long. So we look at
Agreed.
Stockport's running, right?
Yeah.
So Stockport, they will go up against Swindon on the weekend, who have known to cause a lot of issues towards
A
top
lot.
tier teams. They're Colchester, they should win that pretty comfortably, but then they go up against Newport. Newport also struggle, like they cause a lot of problems for top teams, and they still are. Then they've got Salford, and
Yeah.
then their basic run in. They got MK Dons, they got Wimbledon, they've got Sutton, they've got Morecambe, that'll be easy one. Then they got Notts, Accrington, and us. They've got a tough run in. Those are a lot of teams that have been causing a lot of problems towards top of the ladder teams.
Agreed. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like their running. And of that, of the those games, how many of those games are at home, do you reckon? They've got one. Let's go away. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
So they got 8 away games to go. So they got more away games than us.
Yeah. And that's why, like, I bring this up because we brought it up earlier in the year when we came up against Mansfield, I think, and we both walked away saying, these are the harder opponents. Fuck that 5-0 loss off because that was a different side. completely different side. Fuck that off. But
Yeah.
look back at it and go,
And
you
we
know
had a
what?
granddad in the goals.
Yeah, we did. But like we also, you look at Mansfield and the way they play. I don't know, man. That, like you said, that 9-2 game, like, yeah, you treated that thing as like, oh, they on drugs. But that's just because they were that fucking good. And they are scary. When they're on, they're on. Stockport, when they're on, you know, are, I would probably put it at, you know, the level of when Knots are on. Like, because when Knots are on, they're actually pretty good too. But it's just the
Mm.
consistency level that they're
But
lacking.
you
Obviously, a
just
lot
want to say
more.
that though, like interestingly, you look at the 2 goals that was scored against them in that game, and they were goals that could have easily been stopped. That should not have even let happen. So they can be a little bit leaky in defense.
Yep.
I think they probably just caught them on a bit of a bad day, I think.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
that, but that's what I mean is like, so Mansfield are an outfit that even when they're like dropping points per se, especially lately, you know, it's a draw when they probably should have won. They're
Mm.
still pulling out like a draw here and there. Yeah, they've tripped up and lost a couple. I'm not doubting that. But when we came up against Stockport, that loss hurt. Probably one of the darkest days in terms of as a new fan, right? Like one of the dark days as a new fan. But like, we got to taste what it was like for people for a very fucking long time. But when we came up against Mansfield, I was terrified, mate. That's why when the FA Cup happened and we put on a bunch of youngsters and we put on an absolute clinic, I was like, what the hell is this? And I realized they weren't taking it seriously, whereas the league they are. So when we come up against Mansfield, I'm terrified that I think, and this is where I will ask you the final question, and I'll leave it to the rest to decide. I'm put Mansfield at top of the table at the end of the year. Now, I'm saying I'd love Wrexham to be, and I hope they are, and I want them to be, but let's be pragmatic and realistic right now. Right now, with everyone's form and run-ins, I would put Mansfield top. I'd put us second. I'd put Stockport third, possibly interchangeable, those two. And then the rest, you know, fucking sort themselves out. But where do you put Stockport and where do you put those motherfuckers at Mansfield?
Wrexham top, Mansfield second, Stockport third.
And I know that you've stuck by it, and it is a good one, but that is a good point because, like, look, I'm way more confident than I was 6 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Like, I was telling you to shut the fuck up. Don't ever mention that you're mozzing us. We're going to lose. We're going to look stupid. We're not even going to get playoffs at this point. Blah blah blah. Look, I'm totally with you. I think we can win it. Whether we do or not is actually up to us
Gonna go
rather
down to
than
the
the other
wire.
two teams.
I
It'll go
think,
down to the wire
yeah, I think
for
it's gonna
sure.
go
But
down to the
Mansfield,
wire.
Mansfield above Stockport for me every day of the week. And I think that they will be
I
the
think
contender, if not title holder, at the end
I
of the year.
think if we hold the current form that we've got and we continue grinding out these results, we'll come to Mansfield in April and then Stockport in April, and then hopefully both of those games are at the racecourse. We should win them.
Yeah, we should win them,
Then you're
but
then
they
you're
are a
done. Then you're done. You're looking at champions.
yep.
If it holds on the current trajectory and holds at the current point difference, if we win both those games, including our game in hand, that's it. We're going back to back as champions. And I've said it from the very fucking start of the season, back to back. It's
And here's the
happening.
thing: when I want to say when you're wrong because that's awful, but if you're wrong, I think I would not put it part. I would not be hard done by. Because at
No,
the end of the day, I would
yeah.
be like, fuck that. Promotion is where, and that's what I've mentioned all year. The reason I say that is I don't think we're better than a Mansfield in the broad spectrum because it's not about one game. It's not playoffs in that top three spot. You know what I mean? It's not playoffs. So we're not like, oh, we just have to beat them and then that's it. No problem. Because we could fuck up against Accrington at home. We could fuck up against teams like Gillingham, like Forest away. We could fuck up those games and all of a sudden those games become the crunch time. And I don't doubt we can beat Mansfield at home and I don't doubt we could beat Stockport. I just worry about that run home and those banana peels. And I say it every time. The only thing stopping us from winning the title is us.
Mm.
That's it. And Mansfield capitalize on what they can do. And that's why I think they're a big chance to win the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. But I think any one of those top three teams are a big chance. What I would like to see is a bit more of a point buffer between us and the
Fuck yeah.
playoff places.
I want guaranteed by the start of April. I
Yeah,
want
that
it
would
to
be
be
nice.
guaranteed. Doesn't matter. I don't give a shit if we're the third spot, but I want to be guaranteed that there's at least, I'm not saying guaranteed, but maybe even just a small 2-win buffer that, yes, if we
just
fuck up, then we deserve
let the
it.
top three fight it out, right?
Yeah.
Fuck everyone
Let it
else.
happen.
Just
Fuck everyone
let
else.
the top three fight it out
That's
because
it.
it's I want there to be just a little bit more of a point buffer between us and at the moment there's 1 point between us and Crew Alexander.
Oh,
With,
Crew's another one that could probably fucking make the three. I always forget because I'm like, oh, well, it's just us. It's just us. And
yeah.
then all of a sudden, it could be Mansfield, fucking Wrexham, Crew, and Stockport all miss out, or we miss out. That's the kind of fuckery that's happening in League Two. But also, can you look at the bottom of the ladder for me for a moment and just look at the points there?
22.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's up from there?
23.
Yep, up from there.
29.
Big gap, right? That's the gap I want.
Yeah, that's the gap I want
That's
too.
the fucking gap I want. It's not a you win automatically, but it's enough to be like, if we drop a game, no problem.
This is how cooked this league is, right? You've got from 17th Tranmere on 40. Actually, no, let's even go before that. 19th Salford City on 39 points.
Fuck
Equal
me,
with
man.
Swindon on 39. And then
Anyone's
1 point
game,
ahead is Tranmere on 40. And then you have a 5-point gap. So this is where it gets tight, right? So you got Walsall on 45, Newport on 46, Crawley on 46, Bradford on 46, Accrington on 46. And then into the 11th position, you got Morecambe on 47, Notts on 47, Wimbledon on 47. And then you've got Gillingham on 48, Harrogate on 48. What the fuck?
That's why I don't want to play playoffs. That's why, I know everyone says that, they want, obviously it's better to get promoted. No shit, auto promotion. But I do not. Everyone's like, oh, but if we get to playoffs, we'll probably win it. Fuck no. I don't think we would, because it's the bullshit banana peel games that cost us. Whereas at least with promotion and automatic promotion, I mean, there are games where, okay, we slip up, we can make it up with this game, this game, this game. There are no second chances, there, you got to be at your top. And if you're if a Harrogate, right, just all of a sudden find this incredible form and then just are the top team in that playoff spot, but all of a sudden win it from 7th, you'd feel like absolute arse. And that's what happened with Grimsby in the National League 2 years ago. So it happens.
I'm mind blown. I'm like, this is not normal. There is nothing normal about that table. And it's just, I mean,
even the top, mate,
that between 7th and 16th place, there is only 3 points separating that. That's fucking cooked. Oh, what the fucking drugs is this league on?
Oh, dude, that's why whenever you go, we're going back to back, baby. I'm like, bro, if we slip up once, some fucker like Harrogate's just just straight into us.
I got no idea. Honestly, got no idea.
Neither.
It's okay. That this is the thing, right? Looking at that table and how not normal this is. Let's have a look at the League One table. Let's do something a little different. We've never done this, but let's have a look at the League One table. You got Portsmouth on top on 72 points on an absolute perler. Then you got Derby and Bolton on 66. There's your top three. How many points do you think are between 3rd and 4th place?
Oh, 4, 5 points.
6 points.
Okay, 6. Yep.
6 points. You got Barnsley, and then 3 points behind them in 5th, you've got Oxford.
So there's gaps. There's actual gaps.
There is gaps. So between, if we're going off League Two logic here, where between 7th and
we put our League Two hats on.
Fucking 3 points, right? Between 7th on 53 and 17th on 38. What the fuck?
Okay. Who's in the bottom part? Who's in relegation zone?
Fleetwood and Carlisle, 26 and 20 points respectively.
Who's above
Carlisle
that?
for the win. Port Vale on 31.
Fuck. And who above that?
Cheltenham on 32.
Shit.
Yep. Charlton 33, Shrewsbury 35, Burton 38, Cambridge, Reading and Wickham
Cambridge.
are all on 38. So 13th to 19th, all up in the air, right? Completely up in the air. But you look at those gaps, that's a normal gap. That is what is supposed to happen. Not what
honestly,
the fuck
bro,
is going on. Shall we do the championship?
Ah, fucking do it. We've gotten this far, guys. If you've listened to this far into the pod, good on you. But fuck me.
All
but
right,
like, honestly,
let's
go
do
for
the
it.
championship, right?
Ring it out.
Let's have a look at the EFL championship. Right.
Do it. I'm getting another drink. Fuck this shit.
So, in the championship, you've got Leicester City on 78. Then you've got Leeds on 69. Good. Oh, that's a good point, Tally. I like that because you got two on 69, Leeds and Ipswich on.
Glad I drank to 69.
And then you've got a
Feels
3-point buffer between fourth. And then how many points do you reckon are between Southampton and West Brom on fourth and fifth in the championship?
Oh, 5.
Try again.
Higher or lower?
Higher.
Okay. 7. If you say lower, I should have gone with 6.
Higher.
Fuck me. All right. 9 points?
Higher.
Fuck off. 11? I'm just going up by 2s.
Oh, geez. I'll pull you out of your misery. It is 12 points.
Fuck.
Yeah.
From what position, mate?
Between fourth and fifth.
Wow.
Yep. Between Southampton.
So if you finish fourth, you're going to feel pretty hard done by. You're going to feel really fucking hard done by. What's the separation between fourth and third again?
Fourth and third.
Yep.
3 points.
Fuck. If you miss out and you get into that fourth spot and you have to go to playoffs because these bastards are pushing you out, and then you've got these. I mean, hypothetically, you should stomp the people in the other playoffs, right? But we know how playoffs work. We know that doesn't happen.
Yeah. It's insane. Like, what is going on in our League 2 at the moment is nuts. It's unprecedented.
What's happening in the National League is actually kind of fucked.
Oh, yeah. I mean, geez, bloody Chesterfield running away with it because they don't have Notts and Wrexham.
Literally, that's everyone's joke is like, yeah, it's because you don't have us. No, it's because we're going to break your record. Yeah, of course you break your record. We would have broken the record if we didn't have you and Notts in there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, give them something.
Yeah, I got to.
And I feel like I feel bad because like I'm acting like all high and mighty, but we've been in the football league for 1 year. Like, oh shit! Now my headphones died, so I can't hear a word you're saying.
You got to admit though, like this is just nuts. It is insane what is going on in League 2 at the moment. It may very well be the Wrexham effect. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when we go up next year. But that's for another podcast.
I can't hear.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that ends us for this week, Adrian.
Yeah. Talking about my dick size, aren't you? Fuck.
No. For some reason, Adrian,
I can't even. Why isn't it connecting?
I can sit here and say whatever I want about
what
Adrian.
happened.
Look at that bald head. Look at it. The cue ball. Just need to tattoo an 8 on top of it. Like, share below, comment if Adrian should have an 8 ball tattooed on his head. That'll be fucking perfect.
I heard the 8 ball tattoo on my head. You can't. This is why I need to start wearing my fucking wired headphones, but I'm too like, oh, but it's nicer when I wear it in my ear and I can look like, oh, fucking whatever. Anyways, sorry about that. So you were talking about me being an 8 ball.
Oh shit. Well, on that note, that ends us for this week, guys. Thank you for joining us. A bit of a light-hearted pod, just a bit of a chill one. Because we're in a chill mood. We're loving it. And you know what? We're in a good place. So thank you for joining us for this week. Beer brethren, Sheilas, fuckheads, and all-round legends. If you like what you've listened to today, like and share and subscribe, all that beautiful jazz. Adrian, mate. We'll see you after the Forest Green game. Let's go. Let's fucking do it.
Winners, mate. Fucking winners, hopefully.
Let's do it. Love you guys. We'll see you guys next week on Two Beards, a podcast, and Wrexham AFC. Let's go.
And a cup. Bye.